Today we'll make a very popular Indian dessert, gulab jamuns. Gulab jamuns are loved by one and all, and the main feature of these jamuns or gulab jamuns are that we are making it from khoa or instant khoa or mawa, and we'll be flavoring with some beautiful rose petals, and the flavor of this gulab jamun will mingle on your taste buds, and believe me, once you make it you will love them. So let's start. Hey guys, I am Subhankari and I welcome you all to my channel Sus Food Corner. I hope you all are doing great in your lives, and if you are new to my page, do not forget to subscribe to my page, and thank you all for loving my channel so much and liking my videos so much. So let's start with the recipe of this gulab jamun. First I have taken here milk powder around 1.5 cups. You can take milk powder of any brands. Milk I have taken here half cup in room temperature, and clarified butter or ghee around 1/4 cup. Then I have taken here all purpose flour or maida around 4 tablespoon. Then comes cardamom powder half teaspoon, baking powder half teaspoon, and for the syrup I have taken here 2 cups of sugar, and I'll take 1 cup of water, a pinch of saffron, and obviously if you have rose petals you can take 2 to 3 spoons of rose petals or the normal rose water, and as I said 1 cup of water for making the syrup. So first we'll make the sugar syrup. For that I have taken a 1 cup of water, and to it I'll add the sugar. This syrup should be of one string consistency. It should be a bit thick, and the main feature of this sugar syrup is that we can flavor it. And now you can see my sugar has melted, and but I am just feeling that I need to clear this sugar syrup. So what I'll do, I'll add around 1 to 2 tablespoon of milk, and once I add the milk will curdle, and along with it will bring out the impurities. If you feel your sugar syrup is okay, your sugar is okay, then you don't need to do this process, skip this process. So after that my sugar syrup is looking good. I'll add the flavorings, cardamom powder, saffron, and as I said I have used dried rose petals. If you don't have this, you can always use the normal rose water around 2 tablespoon. So this gives actually the flavor of the gulab jamun. It comes from this. Gulab means rose, so we will add the flavor of rose. So my syrup is looking good here. Turn off the flame. Remember, the syrup should be of one string consistency. And now I have taken a pan. I have not switched on the gas, and I will just add the ingredients of making khoa. First goes milk powder, then goes milk, and then goes clarified butter or ghee. I am again reminding, we will not put on the flame. First I will mix all these ingredients to make a very fine paste. So just mix it nicely, and all these ingredients will be nicely mixed. Once it is done, we'll put it on stove and then cook it on low medium flame. So see, I am just mixing this all ingredients very nicely. It's looking good now. So now I'll switch on the flame, and then I'll start cooking them on low medium flame. As I said, we are making instant khoa, so these 3 dry ingredients, milk powder, milk, and clarified butter, when cooked together in this way will make instant khoa. So that is what we are making. Now stir it continuously on low medium flame for good 4 to 5 minutes. In 5 minutes this khoa would be ready. And how can you know this khoa is cooking properly? After 2 to 3 minutes you would notice it will thicken automatically, and this type of texture would form. So this signifies our khoa is cooking perfectly. Just stir it continuously, do not leave, and after 4 to 5 minutes this will start leaving the pans from this side. See, in this way they have started to release the oil. So our khoa is ready, looks perfect. You can see the consistency. So now take it out from the gas and let it cool. Actually we won't cool it properly, we just want it to be a bit warm, and when it is warm we'll add maida or all purpose flour 4 tablespoon, baking powder and either rose water or normal water or milk, either of the three. I'll add around 1 to 1.5 tablespoon so that this dough comes together nicely. Adding 1 to 1.5 tablespoon of liquid from any of these three is required. Now mix it to form a nice smooth dough. The smoothness of the dough determines the smoothness of your gulab jamun. So make sure you knead this for 1 to 2 minutes, not much. Over kneading would make them hard, remember. So now my dough is looking good. Divide it into 2 portions and then I'll start working on 1 portion. I'll just roll it out in this way and then I'll cut out the gulab jamuns. The size completely depends upon your choice. You can either roll out little big one or medium one. I prefer medium gulab jamun, so I have just cut around 1 inch of dough ball. See, in this way. So completely depends upon your choice. After all, it's you who are making gulab jamun. So now take one ball and start pressing between your palms. Initially press tightly and then gradually you lose them. In this way you will make nice round smooth balls. So my gulab jamun balls are ready. You can see how beautiful the balls have formed. There is not even a single crack, and this is really important as we are making it of instant khoa. Cracks will appear easily, so make sure you roll them very smoothly. And my gulab jamun balls are ready. I have taken some oil to deep fry. You can also take clarified butter, and the temperature should be very low and it should be heated on low, and then add the balls gradually, and as soon as you add, use a spatula to pour the oil on the top of the balls. Do not touch the gulab jamun balls, otherwise it will break. Just apply the oil so that it will automatically start swirling and it will double to its size, see, and gradually it will change color. This process is really important and this needs to be done on low medium flame for good 10 to 12 minutes. One batch of gulab jamun would need around 10 to 12 minutes. Depends upon your gulab jamun size, of course, and the amount you put in the oil, but on the approx it takes 10 to 12 minutes. And now see how uniformly my gulab jamun have fried, and take them out of oil and dip them immediately on the sugar syrup. Yes, it's important, that's why we had made sugar syrup first. And while you put this gulab jamuns in the sugar syrup, make sure the sugar syrup should be warm. More warmer is not preferred, just a little warm. Then goes this hot gulab jamuns, and believe me, they will soak this sugar syrup instantly, and you need around 2 hours minimum till the gulab jamun absorbs the sugar syrup and doubles its size and becomes very juicy. See, after 2 hours my gulab jamuns are looking great. I have served them and I have poured some beautiful rose flavored syrup, and I have taken one gulab jamun to show you. You can see the texture, it's soft, succulent, juicy, and it's quite tender. And I'll just cut one to show you. See, this is what I was talking about. The more juicier your gulab jamun, the center will absorb all the juices in this way, and the gulab jamun is looking just perfect. So I think I have told you many tips and tricks to make a perfect gulab jamun. Do try this recipe, you will love it. And once you make these gulab jamuns, believe me, you won't buy gulab jamuns from market. These are so yummy. So do give it a try and let me know your feedback. Do give a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to my page. See you in next video. Till then, stay safe, love life and happy fooding.